Today, we mark International Firefighters Day, or Firefighters Memorial Day. Every year, on the 4th of May, we mark and remember all of those who work as firefighters, and especially those who have lost their lives trying to save ours. This year in Scotland, that is especially poignant because we know we lost Barry Martin, firefighter in Edinburgh, in January. No firefighter should go to work and not expect to come home at the end of their shift. And it is so important that we recognise the vital work that firefighters do, protecting us, protecting our communities, protecting our homes. We must remember them, we must work with them to make sure our communities are as safe as possible, and we need to ensure we give them all of the equipment they need to keep themselves safe. So the Fire Brigades Union, the FBU, has launched its DECON campaign. DECON is short for decontamination, and this comes off the back of research done by Professor Anna Steck at the University of Central Lancaster. Anna's research found that firefighters are more likely than the general population to contract certain diseases, cancers, heart disease, stroke. They're also more likely to suffer these diseases earlier in life, and their mortality rates are higher because of these diseases. This risk is directly due to the contaminants that they are exposed to when out fighting fires. We need to make sure that Scottish Government, that the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service and all of us across our communities pull together to keep our firefighters safe. And that is what their DECON campaign is out to do. There are key demands within the DECON campaign. We want mandatory health screening for all firefighters, annually checking them for early signs of disease, because we know that prevention and early treatment is always better in these cases. We want that health screening and monitoring to go into retirement too, because the risks are lifelong. They don't end when a firefighter retires. We're also exploring the opportunities for legislation that protects firefighters and compensates them and their families if they do become ill. We need to make sure that firefighters have the infrastructure, the PPE and other equipment they need to keep themselves safe. And we need to make sure that across the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service, everybody has the training, has the resources and the facilities they need to keep themselves and their colleagues safe at work. That is what the FBU DECON campaign is about. It's about saving firefighters' lives. As the Justice spokesperson for the Scottish Greens, I have responsibility for community safety, and firefighting comes into that community safety. It has been a real privilege to work alongside the FBU to promote their DECON campaign in Parliament through a members' business debate earlier this year and through other meetings and activities. It is so important that we do whatever we can to save the lives of our firefighters, because they risk their lives every day to save ours. That is why I'm proud to stand alongside them to amplify their voices and amplify the messages of their DECON campaign. Firefighters are probably the most trusted public servants that we have. We let them into our homes at times of great trauma and stress. We let them into our homes to do safety checks too. Everybody knows when the local firefighter is about. There's something really, really fundamental to firefighters existing and being part of our communities. We also know that the job of firefighters is changing. As we see warmer weather, as we see drier weather in certain parts of Scotland, we know that wildfires are becoming more common and more frequent. Firefighters are there to save not only us, but our precious habitats and ecosystems too. We also know that with that warmer weather comes an increased risk of fires in urban areas, perhaps spreading more quickly. So we need to make sure that we give firefighters what they need to fight fires, to protect us, to protect our communities, and to protect themselves while they do that. We can save lives. We should be saving lives.